Hi, I'm Tinny from Design, and today, after I got done making the bases for the M5s, I decided to spend the afternoon doing something fun. So I've been working on this M1 stove, which is kind of taking on a life of its own here. It's not really an M1 anymore. It's kind of looking voodoo-ish, like one of my old voodoos. So, but I took all the information and all the suggestions that people gave me and implemented some of them to get a basic design here. And one of the things I did was I put 3 holes in the base and put a set of legs on it so that it has a wider base, because one of the concerns was a stove this small would be very tippy. So once I do that, I have a really wide, stable base, so now I can basically do anything I want to as far as a pot stand goes, and I don't have to address the tippiness anymore. That takes care of that. And it's a fairly simple thing to do if you have the right equipment. Now, I'm going to continue to do this, and we'll test this out some and get a feel for it. And I'm sure in the process I'll find that there's problems with the design, and then when I find those, I'll make another one and implement the new ideas and get rid of the old problems. And we keep doing that until we have a design where we don't have any problems anymore and everybody agrees that, yeah, this is a workable model. At that point in time, I'll probably make 2 or 3 of them and play around with them, send 3 of them out to 3 different people and let them test them and give me their input very cautiously. That in lieu of just going, first time out and just making like 10 of them. Now, if I made 10 of these and I thought I had a good design, I'll guarantee you with something this complicated with this many angles on it, that there's something wrong with it. So if I made 10 of them and I find something wrong, I don't just have one that I can correct. I've got 10 of them. And that's 10 times as bad as one. So you never, ever make a high volume first time around, especially if it's a new design that's the first time you're making it. You make one. You show it to everybody, find all the problems, work the bugs out of it, take your ideas and your problems and correct them in the next one and work your way up through. But the first time you make them, you never, ever make 10. Trust me, I did that once. Not good. End up throwing them all away. Well, yeah, there is one reason why I might make 10 at one time. And this is a problem with farming stuff out. If you send these out to a machine shop, like a CNC machine shop, they'll have a minimum order, and it probably would be 10. So if you're farming these out and having somebody else build them, you'd kind of be locked into making 10 and not having it done at all, because they're not making you one Proto. They're not going to set up a CNC machine, put the code in, load it, make one and give it to you and let you okay it before they start running them. Not unless you're going to make an order for like thousands of them. So when you farm this stuff out, and that was a problem I had with farming stuff out, is you're locked in to a fairly large number to start out with. Minimum lot's usually between 10 and 100. And on a new design, absolutely not. That's the advantage of having your own machine shop. You can do things slowly and correct them, and it's really nice. I really enjoy my machine shop. And an engineer will tell you that. I worked at Sylvania for 30 years, and whenever we were building an order for a company, building a lead on the machines, a lead wire that went inside of something, in my case picture tubes, they would give me a spec sheet with all the dimensions on it of what the lead had to look like, and I would set the machine up, pull everything in, get the right materials, and run it till and put it all together and straighten everything out, take all the bugs out of it, and look at it till I thought I had a good product. At that point, I'd make, the order might be for like, say, 5 million. I'd make one vial of between 300 and 500, depending on what the packing was. And then I'd go get the inspector, and she would inspect it. She would go over it with a fine-tooth comb. If she found nothing wrong with it, which wasn't common, but if she did, I'd run one box of, say, 10,000, and then she'd go through the box. And if she found it to be okay, then I'd start running the order, and she would come by once every hour or so and recheck them until we was absolutely sure we had a good product. And then as the days went by and as the product was made, she came through the group 3 or 4 times every night and checked them and made sure. We never, I learned there, you never make any quantity of anything until it's absolutely certified good, because if you do, you're going to end up throwing a lot of it away. And I saw dumpsters 5 feet by 5 feet with 2 or 3 tons of these little tiny leads thrown in, where we had made mistakes and run a lot of them and had to dump them. And that comes right out of the bottom line. That comes right out of the profit. So anyway, that's the reason why I'm not going to make a huge quantity of these to start out with. We'll make this one, and then if this works out, we'll make another one. We'll work our way through it until we have a good stove. And then I might make 10, but not to begin with. So I'm going to alcohol this up and fire it up, and in the next video we'll see what it looks like. One of the things I did learn right away, and here's an example, was when I put the legs in, I discovered that the original top that I had on it hit on the legs. So I had to take that top off, and I was able to make it smaller and put a smaller wick in and get by. But that was one of the problems I could overcome. A couple other problems I ran into, I had to throw this in the trash and start over again. So all part of working out a new design. I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design. Get out and hike, take a friend, enjoy the great outdoors, and more important than anything, be nice, leave no trace, and have a really great day. Bye-bye.